Welcome to another edition of Realities May Vary, the podcast that does whatever it wants. I'm Brian Noonan. With me at some point will be Cody Gough. He is running late. He's having trouble handling his almost 2-year-old son. The kid is running the house. I guess he's in a new bed. We'll hear all about it. But Cody just texted and said, hey, I was already late. You better start without me because my son is calling the shots tonight. So while we wait for Cody, welcome. We apologize for a no show last week, but things happened at the last minute. Cody got called out of town, and I was undergoing some dental issues where I had just had a 3-hour dentist appointment on Monday, which was a nightmare. I try not to go to the dentist. And I don't say that as a point of pride. It just is a fact. I try not to go because nobody who likes going to the dentist. Nobody. It's easy to say that because it's true. Nobody wants to go to the dentist. Everybody wants to just pretend that their teeth are fine. Hello, Cindy. Welcome. So a few months ago, I noticed I was running my tongue over my teeth and I felt a rough spot. Hello, Linda. And all of a sudden I'm like, oh no. And I looked and it looked like there was a cavity. So I'm like, well, I better go before this cavity gets worse. Turns out it was a crown had a chip out of it. Yeah. Oh no, George. I don't find teeth cleaning. If I'm cleaning my teeth, it's relaxing because I don't have somebody poking at me with a sharp metal object. And now they don't even have there's no spittoon next to me. They just use the suction thing. But no, I don't like when they're cleaning the teeth. I will admit I like how it feels, but if I do a nice floss job at home, it feels just as good. So, long story short, I go in and, well, it's a long story till Cody gets here. Maybe it's short, maybe it's not. Who knows? Point is, I go in and the doctor's like, okay, well, it's not a cavity. There's a crown that's a chip, but there's a cavity under it. And I need 2 crowns on the bottom right. I need a crown on the upper left. I have a cavity on the lower left. My teeth had just gone to hell. That's basically what it was. And I was like, all right. So he says, well, we could do it a couple ways. And I was like, why don't we do it the fastest way? Where everything gets done on one side and then everything gets done on another. Because what I've learned is, and I wish I had known this before, so I could seem smarter than I actually am. So they put a temporary crown on, right? And then it takes a couple weeks. And then when the regular crown comes, the permanent crown comes in, then you got to go back again. So the schedule is got the 2 temporary crowns on now, and the fillings filled on this side. Now, next time I go back is when the permanent crowns come in. When they do that, they're going to put a temporary crown up here and fill the filling, and then I'll have to go back again. But it's just a nightmare. This appointment was so long that I had to ask 3 times if I could go to the bathroom. Now, granted, I'm an old man who had a lot of coffee that morning, and my appointment was at 10 o'clock. It was a 3-hour appointment. And what happened, I'm sure you've all gone through this. If you go to the dentist, the dentist comes in when it's time for him to work. And then he goes, my dentist office has 3 stations. So when he's working on me, hygienists are working on the other 2 people. And then then they'll come in and I'll hear them say, doctor, we're ready for you. And then he'll wrap up what he's doing with me and he skedaddles. And then the hygienist does whatever she's got to do with me. And after the first break, I'm like, I really got to go to the bathroom. This is insane. And I'm thinking, I can't wait because now I'm looking at my watch. I know I've got a long time left in the chair. So when he left, I said, can I run to the bathroom? Sure. Now it's a nice office. I like the dentist. I like everybody who works there. They have one tiny bathroom. And it's right up by the desk. So both times that I had to run to the bathroom thinking I only had a couple minutes, because the second time the hygienist was like, okay, but hurry. Like, all right, well, here's your choice. I either go or things get really nasty back here. So why don't you just let me go? Both times I went, somebody who works at the dentist office was in this little one-holer, and I could not. So now I'm standing there, and I had waited till the last minute, so I was like a young child. You've seen those little boys, and I guess little girls do the dance too, but little boys do the pee-pee dance when they really have to go. It's cute when you're 4, 5, 6 years old. When you're my age doing the pee-pee dance, it just looks like you really, really have self-control problems. So I'm doing the pee-pee dance both times and waiting. And each time it was somebody who worked there, and they came out, they couldn't even make eye contact with me. They were full of bathroom shame as they decided to finally get out and get back to work so that one of their patients could avail themselves of the water closet. So I'm there, and it went fine. I thought I lost it. I don't remember. I had crowns before, obviously, because I chipped one or a cavity got under one, but I don't remember living in fear. Like, if you've had a crown, do you live in fear that it's going to pop out? Because Debbie had a temporary crown fly out of her mouth. I am now eating everything on the left side, even though they said, oh, just don't chew gum or blah, blah, blah. Last night, I was just eating a sandwich. Nothing chunky, nothing crispy, nothing hard. And I felt something pull, and I was like, oh, I lost the crown. But I did not. So that's good. Mike, you puked on your dentist once? I don't think I've ever puked on a dentist. No, never have. And I've had extensive dental work. This is going to be hard for you to believe. I have a very small mouth. I may have mentioned this before. I learned of my small mouth when I had to go through orthodontia in grade school when I needed my braces, and they were actually pulling teeth to make room for other teeth, and then drilling up into my jaw and my sinuses to pull teeth down. I had springs and rubber bands pulling teeth down and pulling teeth up so that they would fit in my mouth. And now look at the strides I have made using my mouth. That sounds very strange, I know. So it has been a lot of dental anguish here at the Noonan house because Debbie now has to go. She's going back. She's got to get 2 root canals. I think on Thursday, 2 root canals. She's had root canals before, and I'm like, what are they doing? She goes, well, these are like, I don't know if you repair root canals, if you recanal the root canal, but these are ones that she's had done before. The same canal is being rooted out, like roto-rooted out. So this is there's been a lot going on, just a lot with the dental work. I want to say I was working in Kenosha last weekend, and it was very good. But I met one of our fans. I'll tell Cody this too, Christine, who listens to the show every week and comments, and came to the show with a bunch of people and came up to say hi. So it was very nice to see her. It was fun, and I always have fun in Kenosha. I don't know what it is. Even I just drive up. First of all, I was ecstatic. If you're looking for cheap gas, you got to go to Wisconsin, friends, because once you cross the border from Illinois into Wisconsin, holy cow, the price drops. The first night, Friday, I was very excited. I stopped in Kenosha, right at Route 50 there, the big Kenosha exit where everything is. It's like that's the exit that really says welcome to Wisconsin. That's the exit that says everything good about our state is right here. And I stopped and I got gas for $3.99. And I thought, holy cow, I don't really need a lot of gas, but I'm filling up the tank. Hold on. I think he's ready. This is very exciting. I did not know, Mike. I didn't get any new Glarus this time. I did not. But I will next week. Why? I'll tell you. Hello, the man who was formerly known as Cody Gough, now just the man who is dead to me.
What did I do?
You know what you didn't. It's what you didn't do, Cody.
I know.
It's
mistakes were made.
Do. Welcome. What happened with that joyful little boy that you have? Why would he not go to sleep?
What? He's great. He just loves me so much.
He is.
He
is that it?
Just loves me so much. That's probably not it. No, he just didn't feel like going to sleep. He's no longer in a crib, Brian. Did I tell you about this development?
You did not.
Yeah, he's not in the crib anymore. He jailbroke. Well, he didn't. Well, he did jailbreak at my parents' house forever ago. But that's not why we did it. We did it because he's basically 2.
I was going to say, and he's also like 8 feet tall.
He is. The 8 feet tall thing is part of it. He certainly could easily have gotten out of his crib at any point in the last at least
Yeah.
3 months. And I don't exaggerate. We've literally seen him hook his leg over the side of it
Oh, yeah.
several times. It's not a problem. He just knew he didn't want to drop and fall. But you know what? My wife said, you know what? Let's put him in. We tried the bed like 6 months ago. Miserable failure. Horrible. No,
I remember that story.
Yeah, none of that. No, so we switched him, I think, a week. I think actually while I had COVID, she was like, well, we got COVID anyway. Let's just switch him. Okay.
All right. And what kind of bed? Like a full twin bed, or is it like a little kid bed?
Converted. It's a convertible crib. Turns into you just drop the mattress and you just take out one of the sides and it turns into a bed.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So the length is the same.
It's the exact same bed. All we did was literally take off one side and it just becomes like a little railing for half of it. And then the rest is just flush against the mattress so he can get in and out of it.
And does he get in and out of it? Does he run wild in the streets?
We'll find out any minute now. No, he does. He does. Well, the first night he held a protest. And so my wife stood outside the door and just held the door shut. Well, because we have a sliding door, so there's no lock.
You will not leave.
There's no lock. There's a sliding door, so she's holding it shut. And then we looked on the baby cam. He threw all his stuff on the floor. Then he threw the blanket on the floor. And then he just got in child's pose on the floor on his blanket. And we're like, is he going to sleep on the floor in protest? But he did get up. He did eventually get up and move to the bed. But it was funny.
You just used a yoga term.
What'd I say? Oh, child's pose.
Yeah, what is child's pose?
It's
for those of us who eschew Far East medicine.
It's like if you're like a frog lying down position to where your knees are tucked in up against your sides and your elbows are in against your sides.
Oh, okay. But so he's like on the ground, almost on his belly, but he's on his like forearms and
knees, basically.
And knees, okay.
Yeah. It'd be like if you got on your hands and knees and you were crawling around and then you just leaned your butt back and sat on your like kind of chins, ankles.
Okay.
And and your arms kind of tuck under you.
So how long was his protest? How long did he stay on the floor?
Oh, like 10 minutes.
That's pretty good though. For a 2-year-old, that's commitment to a cause. 10 minutes.
Yeah.
You know, for you and I, that's whatever. But if you're 2, you protest something for 10 minutes, it's like you've been out on a hunger strike for a month and a half.
He's good at all those things.
So now, do you have the lock that pops off when DCFS comes for the inspections? Now that you lock him in his room, how does that work?
You know, I was gone for a couple days for work last week, and my wife sent me a couple cryptic texts. Where's the power drill? Where are the drill bits? Where are the screws?
Good Lord. She had enough. She was locking him in.
Well, she apparently from Amazon was delivered a door lock and bolt kit. And I found it in a pile on a dresser next to a power drill. So I'm guessing the project didn't go very well. And she never said anything about it after I got back home. She just disappeared. So.
Wait, she was going to lock him in from the outside?
I don't know what she was going to do. Maybe I don't know if she was going to install it for like the bathroom, because neither of our bathrooms, they only have privacy locks and they don't work.
Okay.
So, but I don't know. I have no idea, Brian. I just live here.
Okay. That's wow. All right. I'm not gonna make a call. I'll tell you that. I'll let you guys live your life. That's fine. Do what you wanna. It's as they say in New Orleans. Do what you wanna. Yeah, I'm good with that. So I was telling everybody that I met a fan of ours in Kenosha. Christine came out and with some friends, and she had a good time at the show. And she said she always listens and she loves you, and oh yeah, everybody. So so that was very nice. And we got cheap gas up there at Woodman's the first night because that's where I stopped. Well, I have a weird. This is my Kenosha
conundrum.
Not a conundrum. This is what I do. This is how I run my life when I'm working in Kenosha.
Your Kenosha conniption.
I do have a conniption because I go on stage, I have a good time. Tried a new beer. a lakefront dark ale. It was fantastic. That's
Ooh.
beside the point.
Lakefront's
But
good.
yeah, lakefront does good beer. So I always do the same thing. This is my tradition. I go because I'm not staying overnight. I drive up and I stop at exit Route 50. I go I get Starbucks to last me, and I get gas at Woodman's, and it was $3.99 the first night. And I was like, this is fantastic. So then I'm driving, and as I get near downtown Kenosha, I see, oh man, the Quick Trip had it for $3.84 or $3.89. And I'm like, oh, you son of a. So I drive, then I do the show. I have a couple beers, and I always stop at the same exit. I always go to White Castle after a Kenosha show. So I get some sliders, eat those on the way home. I learned it's very hard to eat White Castle while you're driving when your right hand is in a cast.
Oh.
Difficult. But I did it because I'm not a quitter. So driving 80 miles an hour, one-handed, while eating White Castle with a gimpy paw. I'm the man, Cody. Come on. So then the Saturday night, same deal. I leave. I stop. I see now, Woodman's has dropped their gas prices 10 cents since yesterday. So now it's $3.89. I get my Starbucks, but I don't go to Woodman's because I remember the Quick Trip from the night before. I go to the Quick Trip, $3.84.
What?
I'm like, $3.84. Fill me up.
Oh, that's what she said.
Yes, she did, and I did. I pumped her full, Cody.
Oh
I
my
pumped her
God.
all the way full.
We are
and
now
then I tapped it on the side just to make sure I got every last drop in there.
We are now explicit on iTunes. Breaking news.
I don't think so. We're talking about pumping gas. A lot of people pump gas.
That's fair.
So we're good. And then I got my White Castle on that night too. And now I won't eat White Castle till I'm working in Kenosha again.
You could say fuel is pumping engines down and burning gasoline. Nah. You could say that.
I could. Why would I though? What is that? Is that some hard rock song or some wrestler's intro music?
It's Fuel by Metallica.
Oh, did you go to see Metallica?
I did.
By yourself?
I did.
You wandered to the Palooza by yourself?
I did.
How
but I want to hear the conclusion of your Kenosha conundrum.
That was it. There was no conundrum. It was my my Kenosha ritual.
Oh.
And getting the gas and stuff. And it was just to tell you that I met Christine, which was very nice. So, all right. Last week we canceled at the last minute because you got called. You forgot that you had to leave town, and forgot is loose. So where did you go? I know where you went, but I'm asking you to tell the story so I could tell people why you're dead to me.
Yeah, no, this was only planned like a week before I got COVID, but I was to go to Denver for a business trip, and I forgot that I had booked my ticket for Monday.
Oh,
executive team meeting. Very exciting.
That sounds exciting.
I left the day after the CDC says that you're allowed to CDC says 5 days from the onset of symptoms, 5 days quarantine, and then 5 days wear a mask around people.
Correct.
So I was at day 11 when I got on the plane. I still wore a mask out of just respect and overabundance of
please do.
For other people. I did wear that out of respect, even though I was outside the limit and totally asymptomatic at that point. But yeah, man, just going straight from COVID to a freaking business trip, and then and then I hosted a bachelor party this weekend. So
my God, you're busy. How was Denver?
Well, and the day after tomorrow, I leave for Gen Con.
Really?
Yeah. And next Thursday, I'm flying to a wedding at Martha's Vineyard.
You live a whirlwind life.
It's nonstop. It's nonstop.
Nonstop.
I think over a 4-week period between COVID taking me out of my day-to-day for the business meetings, Gen Con and this wedding, I will only work 8 business days over 5 weeks or something, which is not good. It sounds fun. Sounds great. Not good if you're trying to get things done, which I'm very much trying to get things done before I go on paternity leave, which is in December. So it's all over, Brian.
Oh, I forget you got paternity leave coming up again.
Oh
my gosh. All right. So wait. Yeah. So you went to Denver for business. Did you enjoy Denver? This is why you're dead to me.
Yeah, I mean, Denver.
What did you do in Denver?
I went down. So actually, one of my best friends from growing up, Logan, lives just outside of Denver. So that's why
Oh,
I flew in Monday, because Tuesday, I thought the meetings were all day Tuesday and Wednesday. It turns out everyone flew in Tuesday morning. So
oh,
if I had known that, I might have flown in Tuesday morning, but I didn't. I flew in Monday night so I could stay with my friend Logan, who I hadn't seen in at least 3 years from the
okay.
pandemic. So saw him. That was really cool. We got to hang out. And then I met a coworker at a coffee shop downtown. And then some of my coworkers picked me up and we went to like an Airbnb we had rented for this executive team meeting.
Okay.
Because the executive team is just the CEO, the COO of one of the VP. We only have one VP, I guess. And then the 2 directors, which are me and another guy. So there's 5 of us on the executive team.
So you guys were all going to sleep in the same place?
We did sleep in the same place. Well,
Oh,
one of the guys is
odd.
local to Denver. So the VP is local, but the
All
CEO,
right.
the COO, and the 2 directors, we slept in an Airbnb. And man, have you noticed Airbnbs you don't stay in Airbnbs, do you?
You know why? Because I used to stay in Airbnbs a lot, and then they started nickel and diming you, and you could stay at a luxury hotel for cheaper than an Airbnb. So I don't get the allure anymore. I mean, I used to. We stayed in some beautiful Airbnbs, not only in New Orleans, but some cabins. I was a big fan, and then every time subsequently, I looked into it. It's like I could stay at a really nice hotel, and
Yeah, for solo travel, I feel like it's a little less appealing, but for group travel, it's still pretty great.
yeah, I get that. Like you guys did the house for the wedding, and I know other people who do big places for big groups. So okay.
Yeah. But no, I
So were
agree
you in
with
like
you.
what, a one bedroom apartment for
Oh
the
my
4 of
God.
you?
Well, it was, I don't, how many bedrooms were it? Because the reason
I'm
I asked,
hoping you had your own bedroom.
I did. Barely. Dude, this is what I was going to ask you, and please chime in the chat. Have Airbnbs just gotten really weird? Like really weird. And like obviously people are scooping up these properties and just out like they're just landlords, right? They're just
Right. Yeah, yeah.
Airbnb renters. That's their full thing. I get that. And I get the economics. But even the ones that people just buy to rent out, there's like some vague semblance of consistency or like look or style or person or something. I don't know. This Airbnb, you walk in and you're just like, what weird amalgamation of weirdness is this place? All right, so you walk in,
Wait, a weird amalgamation of weirdness?
it's a weird amalgamation of
Sounds
weirdness.
weird to me.
First off, the front door and the lock were broken, so we had to go in through the garage. Fine. But when we
No,
pulled up the
no,
garage,
hold on. Fine.
fine. But when we pulled up the garage door was wide open. So we just pull up to this like house in a suburban row of houses with a giant open garage and all the tools are there and everything. You're like, this is weird. So we just walk in and we call and then we walk in. You walk in, there's a big exposed kitchen area, right? Big island. That's cool. And then you like just past it, there's what would normally be where you'd put a dining room table, but instead it was just a glass coffee table that filled up the entire room. I got to show you pictures of this.
A,
It's just like,
a glass coffee table. That's it.
yeah, a glass coffee table that filled up the whole room. So I'm going to show you this. I'm going to show you a couple pictures for the people watching along
Do
at
they
home.
shoot a lot of porn in Denver? Is that what this
don't
was?
know. I don't know. All right. So it's like 8 inches off the ground. It's a big rectangular glass table. They filled a room with nothing, Brian. They filled the room with nothing. It's actually so dumb. It's impressive. Like this is the, hold on. This is the,
Oh wait,
I'm
that's
trying,
me in the shower.
I'm trying to censor. I pulled up an email to find this picture with a lot of expletives that I wrote my
All
wife
right.
about how crazy this place was. All right, but look at this. Like this is it. It's like what? It's just a room with a mini fridge
Yeah,
in the corner. Actually, I think it's a full size fridge and a glass table.
and there's no chairs.
And there's no chairs, nowhere to sit. Just like a sunroom, but with a glass table in the middle, so you can't use it. You literally can't use it, even if you tried. You can't. So that's weird. right?
Uh-huh.
It's like the
Yeah, there's
first
not
thing.
even like there's a like I've been in some classrooms with little tables that are about that tall off the ground, but then they have big cushions around, and the kids will sit on the cushions. And maybe that's a fun. There was good light in there. Maybe it's a fun, sunny, energized workspace if you're sitting on a cushion, but not if you're sitting on the floor.
Yeah, just a big hardwood floor area with a big glass table. So, okay, fine. Well, then you go in the living room and then you see I think the most inexplicable piece of furniture I have ever set eyes on.
It's a planter stand, or is it a cat? Is it for cats or plants?
That's a mirror on this side, Brian.
The mirror. Oh, I thought the mirror was on the wall.
No, so it's a stand. It's a circular stand with two
Right.
pipes sticking up. One pipe has a mirror, and the other pipe has two ledges where you can put a plant on the top one and God knows what on the bottom.
Yeah, nothing. Change. Maybe that's where you put your keys and your
What
change.
aesthetic is this?
I
In what
don't know.
in what home does this belong?
Can I ask when whoever rented this house, were there not pictures of it on the website?
I don't know. We almost walked out because we were like, this is so absurd. Then I present the worst coffee table I have ever seen. This is what I call the Sweet Tarts coffee table. It literally looks exactly like 3 Sweet Tarts stacked
Oh
on
my
top of each
God.
other. And you can turn the Sweet Tarts, and there's like an axis of rotation where you can kind of like
Ooh.
spin them out of each other
Yeah.
to make it an imbalanced Sweet Tart tower that's about to fall over if you put
That's
any weight
fancy.
anywhere on it.
That's not. You know what? Just seeing these pictures reminds me of every horrible condo I stayed at on the road doing comedy.
Really?
Like that couch looked like every condo couch. The carpet, the fireplace that probably had never been turned on. The empty room with just a coffee table, and yeah. So now you said you almost didn't have a bedroom. What were the bedrooms like?
Oh, I'll get to that. One more thing is the entryway.
Yes.
The
Okay.
entryway, you walk in the front door if the front door worked.
I was gonna say the front door is broken, isn't it?
Immediately to the right of the front door is a chair, and to the right of that is a little couch, and then a desk in the corner with no chair and a barbell under it. And a couple random shelves, the ugliest chandelier I've ever seen, probably from Claire's or maybe Hot Topic or probably Spencer's Gifts.
Right.
And a couple black lights. It's just like nothing about this makes any sense. This is the entryway. The
That
first thing I
is
see
horrific.
when I walk into a house is a chair, a weird couch, some black lights,
Good
a
Lord, and
giant,
some bad shelves on the wall.
a giant clock. The whole thing was
Oh,
inexplicable.
God
So
almighty.
we walk in, we're looking for bedrooms. No
Now,
bedroom on the
you're
first.
professionals, right? This is a company that has a little money.
It is a lean company that likes to keep expenses low.
I think you would have been happier at the Red Roof Inn.
Maybe.
Okay. I
So
understand, lean company.
we go upstairs and there is a master bedroom suite with a
Of
king
course.
size bed and its own walk-in bathroom and a walk-in closet, maybe the size of my office,
Wow.
like gigantic.
Okay.
Then off to the side of that is a small bedroom my COO took, another small bedroom that I took with one air vent that was covered by furniture. So when I first walked into that room, it was 80 degrees at least.
Oh, good Lord.
And then the bedroom across the hall from me was just a box spring on the floor. Just a box spring. And I think a children's desk.
Wait, no
And some-
mattress?
No, just a box spring. And a small desk. So
And
that was
all right. Now, okay, there's 4 of you. At this point, there was no discussion about we got to go somewhere else.
there was discussion about it because we were just like, what is going on? All
I
right.
know, I understand that we're a lean company. We don't want to spend a lot of money, but how do you draw straws so the 4th guy gets to sleep on just a box spring?
Well, hold on. So I
All
also
right,
took
that's
this
fine.
video of
good.
walking up the stairs and you see a couple chairs. Looks like
I
a kind of
do.
nice little seating area. Not bad, not bad. All right,
Sure.
you figure, okay, maybe a couple plants in the corner, cool. And it's looking at a giant piece of Chinese artwork
Yeah. It's Far Eastern. That's
in
for sure.
a wood frame, not a TV, just a giant red like tree in a frame.
Got some
That's
birds in there.
that's it. That's the upstairs. The upstairs landing outside the 3 bedrooms is so the whole thing. So like my point is none of this makes sense.
No.
For any human living ever that's been in a house, and it's a big house with a ton of floor space, and you're like, who would live here? But apparently it's semi-occupied because the landlord, the woman that owned it, said that she just got back from Las Vegas and she hadn't slept in 2 days, and that's why some of the stuff wasn't clean. Because my COO is pretty sure that the sheets on the bed, one of the beds at least, was not changed.
Oh, dude. I see that's you're a grown man. This'll show my age. I would have just said, you know what, fellas, I'll come back for the meetings. I'm going to get a hotel.
I'm cheap.
I know you're cheap, but come on. All right. So we've established the company is lean and you are cheap. So
Mhm.
everybody's willing to put up with dirty sheets, no furniture. How did the other director deal with the box spring situation?
Oh, so we went
Or
down.
did he snuggle in bed with you?
No, there was a basement,
Oh, of course there was.
and the basement is just a gigantic piece of floor space, carpeted, finished, this whole full basement, gigantic. And in the middle of the basement
Is a pit.
is a full bed. Just in the middle of the basement. Straight up in the middle, like not even pushed up against a wall, just in the middle with a TV near it, and then one bedroom with a mattress. So he got the downstairs bedroom, and the rest of the 3 of us took upstairs. And then
Now is the mattress that's in that bedroom downstairs? Does it match the box spring upstairs?
no, I don't think it does. They're
Okay.
different sizes.
All right.
Yeah.
This is what happens when you legalize cannabis in a state that already has very thin air. You get someone with a home, not a home, you get someone with a domicile like this. It sounds like I said, like they're doing snuff films there, or they're squatters, or for the landlord to go, well, I haven't slept in 2 days. I don't know what the hell is going on over there. You're laying on pea-saying sheets. And now, what did you guys eat? Just a can of beans on a hot plate? I know the company is lean. Is that what they got you for your meeting?
We ate out for every meal, and we bought many snacks to bring back from Walmart, I will add.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't. Were there rodents? Were there mountain goats? What the hell was going on? Now it sounds like this was in a neighborhood.
Oh, totally
Did you see any other people in the neighborhood?
They were definitely all their bodies were hanging from hooks in the basement somewhere. I am sure.
Oh, good
I'm
Lord.
sure of it.
Yeah, that basement's been used. When you put a bed in the middle of a room, you're doing rituals down there.
Mhm.
That's something out of Rosemary's Baby. They had a virgin tied up to that bed, and Beelzebub impregnated her. That's the kind of, and then that other little room with just a mattress, that's where they finalized the deal. Went to the head. That's what goes on in that little basement room area. Because you don't put a bed right in the middle of the room unless you need people to be all around it. If you're going to surround a bed, that's why you put it in the middle.
But you also don't need a bedroom with just a box spring.
No, you don't. Or maybe the week before there was a mattress and it was so blood soaked that they just threw it out.
No, you know what it was? They did the ritual properly, but they had to sacrifice a mattress, and they summoned that piece of furniture with the mirror and the plant on it. Because it's such an unholy piece of furniture that it doesn't work with any look.
Somebody's spell was askew, and they wanted just a nice shelving unit, but they missed a couple words, and then the virgin mattress didn't get sacrificed correctly, and that's what they got. Some horrific piece of Oh my goodness, that's sad. That's very sad. How many nights did you have to stay in this house of horrors?
Just two. And I will say the meetings that we had, extremely productive. We got a lot done.
Well, sure, because it's not like you're in an environment where you want to goof off.
Right.
What are you gonna do? We were just was there a TV or anything?
Yeah, there was a TV that we were able to AirPlay to, so we could
Okay.
see each other's notes, which was really, really helpful. And Tom in the chat saying, "Well, the landlord had another successful rental. Why change anything?" I mean, this is true. Look, I'm not the one writing the review. One of our guys got on the phone and was very stern about like, this is not clean. And they were like, "Well, I haven't slept in 2 days." We're like, "Not really our problem. We're paying you. Can you come
Yeah.
clean?" So we went to dinner the first night, and they're like, "All right, come at 6." We left, and then when we got back, it was much cleaner. So I
Okay.
think we made the woman's life, I think, a little difficult, but I think understandably, given the state
Yeah.
of things.
Oh, I would have. Well, one, I wouldn't have stayed. I already told you that. There's no
Yeah.
way. And then once I went down to the basement and found the goat entrails, I'm out. Daddy got to go. I don't stay in evil house. That's the way it goes.
That's fair.
Can't do it. Well, I was very excited to hear you were going to Denver. Very excited because it's the only place I can get my fancy chocolate edibles. And you were nice enough to say you would try.
I did try.
And I understand I understand. Well, yeah, now that I hear where you're staying, except I would have wanted to be high all the time. I thought that would have been, once you walked in that house, I would have thought you'd just say, we got to get to a dispensary pronto.
I mean, I brought edibles with me so I could sleep.
Oh,
So
I see.
mean, no, I didn't.
I was going to say, is that I don't know
It's
the
illegal.
law about that.
It's
Even
illegal.
if you're going from a state where it's legal to another state where it's legal.
Yeah, it's totally illegal to travel because it's a federal law and it's Federal Aviation Administration.
Oh,
So
so I almost got you in a jackpot. I didn't want to get you in a jackpot.
no, I totally could have gotten it, but like I said, I mean,
You didn't have time.
I know many people, myself not included, that fly with edibles all the time. There's something in my eye for a second. There.
Yeah, I could see you got a sty or something.
Twitch.
No, now I just have to find a time where I'm going to drive out again. Or Debbie and I were like, well, maybe we'll just fly out to Denver for 2 nights and go and get the booze and the edibles that I can, because my whiskey from out there is gone too. So
yeah, I will say, Brian, that I've been told by many Reddit forums and colleagues, friends, Romans, lovers, that the the
FDIC,
the TSA people are only really looking for something harmful like bomb stuff.
Good.
So like the idea that the druggies say is like, well, they don't really care. They're not checking for drugs. They're checking for weapons and stuff. So I don't know.
Here's what I'll do. I'll drive out again like I did last time.
Do that.
And then I don't look like a guy who'd be bringing cannabis across state lines, because I know once you go back into Nebraska from Colorado, man, they were pulling over everybody who looked like they might be high.
Mm-hmm.
No tie-dye that day when we're driving home. Nobody gets to wear tie-dye in the car. We're listening to nothing but gospel music. And I'm going to get a couple of those Jesus fish magnets to slap on the back of the car.
There you go.
Yeah. That way, nobody will guess that I'm, eastbound and down, loaded up and trucking. Oh, it's Smokey and the Bandit with these edibles. Well, I'm glad you're back. I'm glad you're feeling better too. That was, our last get together was a hootenanny.
Funny you should bring that up because I feel high right now. I am feeling COVID symptoms again.
Could you be like the president?
Like Biden, yeah.
Are you rebounding?
I had the cough is back and the headache is back.
Oh no.
And I was really queasy earlier today for like several hours.
What about and you went to the Palooza. Did you get it from a dirty hippie at the Palooza?
No, I was.
Oh, you froze. Oh no, now even your system has COVID. And you froze in a very unflattering way. The still shot, I don't think it's me. The still shot, yeah, no, it's you because you're all red. I've still got all my bars. Somebody in the chat, tell us if it's just Cody or if it's me too. I think it's just Cody. I'm gonna turn Cody's camera off for a minute and because he's probably regaling us with a tale about the Palooza, and we're not hearing him. So give me one. There we go. This is, nothing you can do. Yeah, he's all in red. He's still frozen. Yep. Thanks, Christine. It is just Cody. Mike's saying the same thing. It's just Cody. I hope he didn't read that. This is the weirdest thing there, that the president again has gotten this rebound case, but they say it's because he took that Plaxivid or Palacios, whatever. Which one is the Darwin magnet? Oh, was that the one with the fish with the feet? So I get one Jesus magnet and then the Darwin magnet to show that I'm not just what was I going to say? Strictly going for a theocracy, that I also am open to science, that I'm a man of God and a man of science. Maybe that would be the way to go. Either way, unless I'm going crazy, speeding along, they're not going to stop me. I'm not driving I'm driving a nondescript vehicle. I'm a nondescript guy. All right, we're going to see if he came back. This is very exciting. Hold on. There he is. Are you back? Are you okay?
Yeah, I don't know why that happened.
I know why, because now your system got the vid too. Your face froze in a very unflattering expression too.
Always does.
Well, that's all right. But we're glad you're back. All right, so you started saying, I mentioned that you went to Lollapalooza. Mm-hmm. Now, do you think that had something to do with maybe these symptoms coming back, or?
No, because I went to Lolla Thursday and I had a bachelor party for my friend on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. They all stayed with me. But they all felt fine. They all are feeling fine. Everyone's good. I don't know why it would just I had COVID 3 weeks ago now.
Yeah. You had a bad case though, it sounded like.
Maybe there's a little over 2, but yeah, it was a horrible case. It was 2.5 weeks.
Yeah.
Anyway, well, I've read that the symptoms aren't really severe. So like I said, mild cough, pretty annoying headache, a little bit queasy, but I'm not I don't have a fever or anything. I'm not gonna die. My voice is I've been clearing my throat a little bit. The more I talk, the less I'm gonna cough, but I'll cough later. So yeah, I don't know. It's annoying, but you gotta watch that COVID stuff, man.
So are you gonna test again?
Should I?
If you're feeling symptoms, I would.
I don't think you can test positive. I think you would. Wouldn't I automatically test positive? Because doesn't it stay in your system for
I don't know.
Shoot.
I'm not spreading disinformation.
All right. We'll look it up.
They said a lot of the rebound cases are if you take that antiviral medicine.
Right, which I did not.
Right.
So I don't know.
But I'm guessing there were no masks at Lollapalooza.
No, there were a couple on the train, but not really.
Okay. And I'm guessing the bachelor party, you guys all were doing open mouth kissing with no masks.
Well, only with the strippers.
Well, yeah, that's what I meant. I didn't think you guys were going to kiss.
Oh, God. Just making sure.
I knew you guys were kissing, but I didn't know about the strippers.
Wow.
So you had it at your house? How'd it go? How'd a bachelor party at the house go? Well, you guys like to play games, so that was probably, and this is not a slam, that's probably right up your guys' alley.
No, we didn't do any of it because this was for Icebag John, who likes variety when we get together. He's not into the just board games. So we Friday we just barbecued and hung out.
Nice.
Saturday we went mini golfing because we're 12.
Where'd you go?
Holes and Knolls in Glen Ellen.
Okay. Was it fun?
It was fine.
Was it a big ornate mini golf place or just a regular flat mini golf place?
It was pretty flat. Flat. But you know what I got? And you'll either appreciate this or not care. But for the first time and probably the last time ever, when I was there, I had a Choco Taco.
I have never had one. I know they've been discontinued. I've seen them my entire life. I've never. Was it good?
No.
Oh, it looked like it should be good.
No, totally overhyped. I'd rather have a Klondike bar or a drumstick any day. I don't get the big deal. I don't know why people care or why it was canceled. It's probably a nostalgia thing for people.
I think it's more nostalgia. They said the numbers were okay, but why do you get rid of something if the numbers are okay?
What does COVID have to do with ice cream?
Well, less ice cream, less tests.
Ah.
See, doesn't that all make sense? No, it doesn't make sense at all.
Mm.
So what did they have the little cooler there right by the where you got your putter?
No, we just asked for one because you go to Waters or whatever, and somebody said, "Do you have Choco Tacos?" And I said, "Yeah." So if you want a Choco Taco, head to Holes and Knolls in Glen Ellen while supplies last. Which I have no idea how long they'll last.
I was
'cause
going to
it didn't
say
have-
when they the box of 12 and now they're gone. And but you're driving business to Holes and Knolls. We're going to. I got Debbie a mini golf certificate to a place in Oak Brook. It's an indoor neon mini golf place with a bar.
What if you hit the neon?
Well, it's like the neon is shining down on everything. It's not. I don't think there's neon tubes on the hole.
What if you hit the ball really hard?
Well, that would be kick ass, first of all. And I don't know. I don't know. I'll tell you. It's Putt Shack. That's where we're going. Putt Shack. You got to make a reservation. Yeah, they've got all this. It's very fancy. It's one of those goofy upscale things, where they got a bar and restaurant, and you got the golf, and I don't know. So I'd given Debbie a certificate for one of the for something. I don't remember what. So as soon as I get my wing back, we're going to go fancy golfing. Because last year for her birthday, she wanted to go mini golfing, and we went to that place. I don't even remember. It was way up north, and that's where we found that Liquid Love brewery.
Right.
Because we went to this old timey mini golf place that was excellent.
Nice.
So.
Yeah, I thought about texting you, but I knew it'd be a little far for us. Ours was only like 15 minutes away.
That's nice. So, all right. So you mini golfed. You had Choco Tacos. Right now, it sounds like the most debauched bachelor party I've ever heard of.
Oh, and then we went to a authentic Korean barbecue place.
What made it authentic? They were barbecuing a Korean?
We were the only people there that weren't Korean.
Is that right?
By a lot.
That is authentic then. That's good.
Oh, yeah. No, it was in like Arlington Heights, I think. It's in some random strip mall. Doesn't look like anything. They have and the top Yelp review is, it's authentic because they have a horrible website or well, actually, that's not why it's authentic. But I love small places like this because they have a horrible website and you might think they're bad, but they're actually hidden gems. And he was like, every single person in here is Korean, which is typically a good sign. And we went in and everyone there was Korean, which was a good sign because my friend John insisted it's the best kimchi he's ever had. And people were raving. My entire body was on fire from the spice of what I got. I thought I was going to die, but it was hella good. So highly recommend a place that I don't remember the name of it all.
Well, that doesn't help. Highly recommend. Yeah, Mike wants to know which Korean barbecue.
Good plug.
That's a great plug.
Maybe
that's a plug that's not going to keep advertisers on our station.
Maybe it's in my Google Maps. Oh shoot!
How did you find? Well, did John pick the type of cuisine?
John sent me.
Or did he pick the restaurant?
John sent me a list.
Oh, okay.
Months ago.
He's a groomzilla.
It's called Hanshin Pocha. HANSHIN. So like Hanshin Pocha, POCHA. Hanshin Pocha. Korean
Pocha.
Arlington Heights at 1918 South Arlington Heights Road in Arlington Heights.
Very nice.
Very good food. Very
right.
good food. And the Sapporo is good. So John sent me an Excel spreadsheet with lists of possible bachelor party activities. I can't believe this hasn't. I cannot believe this hasn't come up. Do you want to hear these?
I can't believe you haven't put this on Reddit.
Dude, I just hold on. I gotta find.
All right, so you're throwing the bachelor party, but he decides he's going to make sure. Is he normally a big control freak?
Yes.
All right. Well, then it was right in his wheelhouse then.
Yes.
Okay. Were you expecting a spreadsheet when you offered to have the party?
No, but I think he was really, really conflicted about whether to cede control to someone like me or to just plan the whole thing himself, because he is a complete control freak. But he wasn't. So here's the list of activities, suggested activities. Karaoke. Fair.
Okay.
Korean barbecue.
Okay.
hiking, board games, arcade/beercade/Dave and Buster's,
All right.
specialty food ? It says specialty food with a question mark. Do you know
What does that
means?
mean?
And ATVs.
Where are you getting ATVs?
Where do you get a Dave and Buster's and hiking and ATV? Like,
Here's what you'd have to do. You'd have to walk from your house to Dave and Buster's, because isn't there one right up 355 from your house?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's right by my house.
All right. So you could have hiked to Dave and Buster's.
That's
and
true.
then rented a couple ATVs to come back.
Well, the idea was shot down because Dave and Buster's sucks and the games suck generally.
I've never been to a Dave and Buster's.
It's just overpriced. It's like a Chuck E. Cheese for adults, but with less fights.
Oh, well, then what's the point of going?
Exactly. But here's what really got me is location ideas.
Oh, this will be good.
These are location ideas for where I could host this bachelor party last weekend in July.
Okay.
Wisconsin.
Sure.
Chicago. Florida.
Wow.
Kansas City.
Hold on.
Savannah, Georgia.
Beautiful city. Can we jump back? Does he have a connection to Kansas City?
Nope.
Or he just likes barbecue and
don't know.
stockyards?
Austin.
Okay.
Houston. Myrtle Beach.
Are you guys golfers?
Nashville.
Oh,
That one's good. Lake Tahoe. The round trip for that was $800. San Diego. The Grand Canyon.
There's your hiking and your ATVs, and your specialty food would have been eating chipmunks and stuff when you got stuck at the bottom of the canyon. That checked a lot of boxes.
Petrified Forest National Park in Arizona. And Idaho.
Just Idaho?
Just Idaho.
Not Coeur d'Alene or Boise or just anywhere in Idaho?
Literally Idaho. So this is what I was working with, Brian.
He's odder than I thought.
He also invited every male that is invited to his wedding. So 22 people. Not just like the party or like close childhood friends, but literally the whole male side of the thing.
Mike's happy you didn't pick the Petrified Forest.
Ooh.
He said it sucks.
Yikes.
All right. All right. So nowhere, if I may.
Yeah.
And I listened very closely to that list, more so out of awe and wonder than anything else. Nowhere on that list was your backyard.
No.
And
yet
that's what I'm saying. How did that happen? And what was the reaction? Because it wasn't on the spreadsheet. I don't know how it happened.
Well, he asked me to book this thing for the last weekend in July was the best time for people.
Sure.
Around the time gas prices exploded and round trip flights were more than $500 a piece anywhere, minimum.
Good Lord.
$800 for Idaho. So
just anywhere in Idaho. There's no cheap destination in Idaho.
Now, this is ironic because he's the cheapest person I've ever met. In my life. And and I was like, you know what? And then I looked at Airbnbs in Wisconsin, big cabins, right?
Sure.
None of them had enough bedrooms and bathrooms to accommodate all of us. So I was just like,
did they have enough box springs just laid out?
That was good.
Thank you.
That was really good. Maybe, but what I said was, I was like, look, I'm in Lombard. If you want a Korean barbecue, we can go to one from my place easily. We can go to Dave & Buster's easily. I have enough room to accommodate anybody that wants to come for free. Or I live near 2 hotels that are like $80 a night that are nice, decent hotels. Like it's like a Fairfield and they're fine.
That's fine hotels.
Yeah. So I'm like, so if people really want
they literally are right at the corner near you.
They're very close to me.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm just like, this way there's flexibility. We don't have to worry about figuring out everyone's accommodations and budgets and timing and travel. Because the other thing is, if they flew into O'Hare and had to go to Wisconsin, I mean, it becomes like a 10-hour trip just to see this jerk for his thing. So, and I'm 15 minutes from O'Hare. So a guy flew in from New York for it.
Okay.
and that was pretty cool from his college. And
Yeah.
and we all, it was kind of cool. It was actually the first time in a long time because Brian, my friends and I do the board game thing.
I do know that.
It was the first time in a long time we got together just to get like we didn't have an activity planned other than going to Korean barbecue. Like mini golf was actually a last minute thing, but it was just we just sat around and hung out and drank and chilled. And
Nice.
it was good. It was a
Well,
very
you got
nice.
you got a great backyard for all of those activities.
Yes.
You know, for just hanging around.
Yeah, I grilled on Thursday, and
Did you train the baby to pour drinks? What was his deal?
The wife and the son went, actually, small world, to Kansas City.
Wait a minute, is that why John wanted to go there? Does he have a thing for your Oh no, he was trying to follow your wife.
No.
Oh,
definitely
son of a that's horrifying.
That's not good.
What was she doing in Kansas City? Eating barbecue and going to the stockyards?
Visiting family.
Nice.
It's not how they talk in Kansas City.
No, it's not how they talk at all in Kansas. Kansas City is not a bad place. I've been to Kansas City a number of times. It is one of the hubs of barbecue in the nation.
Mm-hmm.
Downtown. That's where I was in. They've got one area that's really, well, this was a while ago. One area that's really hip with a lot of bars and stuff. And the club I was working was there. I worked with Kevin Nealon there, and went out carousing with Kevin Nealon afterwards, and it was like carousing with Elvis. It was phenomenal.
You've told me this story of the Kevin Nealon before. Yeah. That's a good story.
It's a great story because I forget that, like, there was an audience that knew Kevin Nealon from Saturday Night Live, but then I forgot how many Adam Sandler movies he was in, and there were a lot of Happy Gilmore references when we were out together. And then another time I was there, I was hanging out with a number of not only the Kansas City Royals, but the New York Yankees who were in town. So it was, I've had some fun in Kansas City.
He's legit. That's fun. You're legit.
I'm legit. I got street cred, Cody. Went to all the hot barbecue places. Ate at the one of the fine steakhouses in the stockyards. Very nice. So they were gone. You guys had the house to yourself. It sounds like there were no exotic dancers. Can we be honest for a minute? Did you have you had the bachelor party at the radio station. Mm-hmm. And then did you have another bachelor party?
Technically, yes. As part of Gen Con, we all went out to a bar and then went to a karaoke dive bar in Indianapolis.
Okay. So, and that was fine with you, right?
Yeah, the first bar, we were downtown Indy. There were many very hot, very attractive women on a Saturday night bumping in Indy. It was very much a cool scene. And then we went to a dive bar in some weird meth head suburb of Indianapolis where this guy missing, I don't know, but this guy missing almost all of his teeth insisted that he sounded exactly like the lead singer of Stained, and then went up and sang and did not sound like the lead singer of Stained. Not even a little. Not even a little bit. Oh, but he loved me, man. He said, "Look, I don't care if you vote for Trump or Hillary. People, we're all Americans, and you know what? Good for him."
And he was wrong. He was so wrong about that. It was way out there. But I was going to the point. Now that sounds like fun. My bachelor party was kind of that old school where you had to get a stripper and stuff. A lot of that's fallen by the wayside. Don't you think now, that old, maybe not. Maybe I'm just out of touch. I don't know anybody who's gotten married that's had like that old school, we got to get a couple strippers. I remember one of my brothers planning a bachelor party for his buddy and booking like a 2-girl show, and every bachelor party I went to, like the first bachelor party I ever went to for my buddy, the girl was doing a raffle to take her in the back. I mean, there was all kind of seedy crap going on. I didn't win the raffle. But yeah, I don't think that really happens much anymore. Or maybe it does.
Normal?
Yeah, that's all bachelor party. Well, I shouldn't say all. There was never a bachelor party that I went to or was privy to that did not have some sort of erotic entertainment.
Because I know the stereotype, but I didn't realize it was actually normal, like for some.
Well, I don't
type
know
of
how
people.
normal it was, but it was, it was that, every bachelor party I ever went to, there was nudity,
Wow.
except for the one I threw for you at the radio station.
Wow. Well,
And
you
don't
didn't do
think
it.
I didn't try. Don't think I didn't throw Roger a couple bucks. Don't think I wasn't trying to get, this was before the Me Too movement. So I didn't get called in. I made a lot of inappropriate propositions to ladies there. Generous, but inappropriate.
Yeah, I don't think it's smiled upon for men to be attracted to women anymore. So I think a bachelor party's out of that's out of the picture.
Is that true? We're not supposed to be attracted to ladies anymore?
You can't admit that women are attractive. That's sexist.
Oh, that's probably true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even see gender anymore, Cody.
What's gender? I
don't
don't even know what gender is anymore.
I only know the meaning of the word gender because I'm old. I remember back in a day when gender was a thing. Now it's not, and I'm woke. You know that about me. If you know nothing else about me, you know how woke I am.
Right.
And so I don't even see gender or color, or I don't hear sound. And we all know I don't smell either myself or other things. So I'm pretty much a good basic protoplasm of, I think I can still say human being for another day and a half.
Existence. Just say existence.
Yes. I'm just space. I'm just taking up space. So yeah, but that old school way was the way. But yeah, I know Molly's maid of honor at a wedding, and they're doing a combined bachelorette party, and they do have a cabin in Wisconsin, and so everybody's going to this big cabin to do cabiny things. And it's at first I'm like, because as woke as I am, Cody, there's still a little seed of the old patriarchy in me, that old male thought process. And I'm like, that doesn't sound like fun. And then ain't you gonna have no strippers? And but then I realize, I catch myself before I can be doxxed. I catch myself and I check myself before I wreck myself.
Sure. See, the running joke all weekend was that we were going to create a utopia for John, and it would be his perfect weekend, because there would be no girls anywhere in sight.
Wow. So, all right. Well, see, that's perfect then. You guys did exactly what you were supposed to do.
Yeah, no, I think he enjoyed himself. And the best part was I had him move furniture for me at the end of the weekend.
Did you really?
Oh, I have a giant desk. He moved upstairs. There's a workbench that's in our basement that's probably been there for 80 years. Probably weighs 300 pounds. And he and his buddy carried it up to our garage. So I have an extra. Lord. Oh, yeah, no, we put him to work. And then he's the last, we're actually retiring the guest room.
Are you really? Oh, is that? Well, yeah, because you're going to need the nursery again. And then the son. Yeah. The son has to have a place to sleep.
The son is upgrading.
And a door that locks.
The son is upgrading to the guest room. None of the doors in our house lock. We have to install a lock if we want one. But he is taking the guest room. So we made the decision that a queen-size bed for a 2-year-old might be overkill.
It's a lot of bed.
So we put him in a couple giant bags and put him in the basement. I taped them shut real good because there's some spider action down there and moisture occasionally, which is part of the reason that was what motivated the workbench move. Because I was like, there's water coming in from down here. We got to get rid of that.
Oh, man.
Only one spot, only a couple tiny little puddles, but you got to get on that. So
yeah, that's time to call one of them sealing services to seal it up.
Yeah.
Now, do you have a sump pump?
Yeah.
Do you have a dehumidifier down there?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it's bone dry most of the time, but there's some coming in on one side. Worst. Yeah.
So you're hanging on to that bed for later, and then you getting a twin bed, or are you just going to move his little convertible cage bed, or are you keeping the crib for the new baby?
We're going to put it back to a crib for the new baby, so we want to get him a bed in time for his birthday.
Dude, if you don't get him a bed shaped like a truck, you are a bus.
You are
issue. A horrible father.
Brian, this is the issue. My wife wants to get him a bed shaped like a British double-decker bus.
Ooh.
There's
Is it bunk beds?
Yeah, it's bunk beds. She wants to get in bunk beds.
Ooh,
There's like one online and it's like $1,600.
that's too much.
It's not gonna happen. I'm like, can't we just get him a car? And she's kind of like, no. So we've looked and we've looked. There are some bus bunk beds, but they're more expensive than we want to spend. There's some DIY stuff, but that's out of the picture because I am busy the next 6 weeks.
I found
at
the
least.
bed.
Show
the
me.
Contemporary Orient Express bed. It's only $145,000.
What?
You heard me right. You heard me right.
Are you gonna pull this up?
Oh, you know I just did. Do you see it?
What?
It's the Orient Express bed.
$145,000.
Well, $145,500.
Why?
Because it's kick ass. That's why.
I mean, that's cool. I have a lot of things that kick ass that aren't.
Wait a minute. Hold on. How about a bun van kids bed in a glossy varnish VW bus?
What is this website you're on where you're finding a $53,000 children's bed?
I live large, Cody.
What
in
is
my
this?
mind? It's called First Dibs. FirstDibs.com. So look at that. You park that in his room. First of all, if your kid is sleeping in that van, that's not going in a bedroom in anybody's house that has a regular house.
Uh-huh.
But you could get matching ones if you have a daughter. Blue for the boy, pink for the girl. Yeah, gender norms. Maybe you go pink for the boy. Then it opens up. Look at that. Oh,
I will say that his bedroom, the nursery is painted green, so it's a gender neutral color, which goes with the theme of having a gender neutral name for the girl.
How about you just get him a clam? And he sleeps in a clam. The clam's only 14 grand.
Guys, we lost Brian.
Why is that so?
We lost Brian.
Look at it sitting on rocks.
Brian's losing his mind over the Little Mermaid kids bed in ivory with shell cover. Is it real ivory? I bet it's
gotta
real.
be for 14 grand.
14 grand. It's still a tenth the price of the bus of the Orient Express or whatever.
All right. Well, still, I was just trying to help.
Dude.
Oh my God. I don't know why I found that so funny. Oh, somebody's here to help me. I should get on the chat and see what's going on. But there's a double-decker, there's on eBay. There's a double-decker bus that you're talking about. Where is it? Oh, those are that's not the bed. Anyway, show more.
I'm just well,
all right. So all right. So you got a gender neutral color in the room. You want a gender neutral name for the new baby, and then you got. Well, I'm glad I didn't have anything horrible up there.
I do. You want me to share it?
No, I didn't want it. That would have been bad. Suddenly, I'm getting into. So, what kind of bed do you think you're going to get? Now, see, here's the thing. I have all my brothers and I. When it was time for us to move into beds, my parents just got regular twin beds so that then down the line, because if you buy a kid like a sports car bed, which is really cool, or a bed that looks like a truck or something, that's really cool. But then if they stop, one, he's going to grow, and we know that's the case. And two, he might, like in a year, hate trucks and want a duck. And then you got to go find a duck bed. And then you try to steer him toward the oyster bed, the clam bed, because you're coming into some big money. You're going to have $14,500 to drop on a clam bed. And then it's probably an oyster bed. But either way.
Yeah, I don't know. It's one of those like, oh, I have an idea. I would like this. Oh, this doesn't exist. Then we will refuse to buy anything else and just try to will its existence into existence.
How about a bed with a trundle bed underneath it?
I don't know what those words mean.
Well, it's like a twin bed, and then underneath, there's another bed that slides under that you can pull out if there's guests over there.
Oh, yeah,
Instead of
maybe.
bunk beds where somebody would have to climb up and sleep on top, it
Bunk
would
beds
be
those are cool though.
bunk beds are really cool.
Yeah.
But at 2, I'd always be like, for me, I'd always be worried that in the middle of the night he would gonna climb to the top and then, kerplunk.
That's a good point. Yeah, I don't know. Well, that's down the line. All I know now is that we have an empty guest room with no bed in it, which is
Right.
clearly superior to having a guest room that you can use.
Can I make a suggestion for that room that's empty?
Yes.
Giant rectangular glass coffee table.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
That would really...
I've heard it's all the rage in hip mountain
Yeah.
communities.
Well, yeah, no, because I was thinking like once I take the bed frame out of there, because I haven't broken that down yet, then like we'll have a bunch of space. We could do like yoga or something, but like if we put
Sure.
a glass table in there, then we can't do anything there.
That's right. And but then you won't feel guilty about not doing anything either.
Right.
You'll just, it'd just be, well, there's the table room,
Yeah.
And then all you have to worry about is either your son or the new baby really injuring themselves horribly on a glass rectangular coffee table.
Right. Yeah. I'm on board with that. I'll look into it. Maybe I wonder if they have a glass coffee table bunk bed.
Oh, that sounds fantastic. Because then if you don't put either mattresses or sheets on there, somebody down below is staring up at somebody's buttocks all throughout the night. And with babies, they have accidents.
You lost me. But
I know I did.
Sounds thorough. It sounds like a thorough plan.
I've thought it out. Barb says a glass table for gaming. That's what you turn that room into.
Well, with no table, with no chairs, it'd be very uncomfortable. But I think I could see it working.
Well, again, it's just another idea to add to your spreadsheet of ideas. Mm-hmm. Go through it. You were speaking of...
how'd you know that I actually added a bunk bed the shape of Idaho?
Really?
Yeah, speaking of bed sheets, yeah.
It seems like it would be great for the person on the bottom, and then the person on the top would be sleeping on just a point.
Oh, interesting.
Just more like one of those sweet tart end tables. Because Idaho is wide at the bottom, and then it goes very narrow to the top.
I know where Idaho's junk.
I know where. I'm not saying that you don't know your geography, Cody. Yeah. I would never say that.
I know my junkography.
Your junkography?
Mm-hmm.
I know where my junkography is.
More like Idaho, am I right?
Oh man, that was Speaking of junkography in Idaho, I have to ask how you would have responded to this. I was so proud of myself. We went to see Jesus Christ Superstar. And it was phenomenal.
What? Where? When?
It stopped. It's over now. This was hold on. We went not last week, the week before.
Was it Broadway in Chicago?
Yes, it was Broadway in Chicago, of course.
Oh my God. I didn't know they were doing that.
It was on July 20th. We went to the to opening night for
I had COVID.
Jesus Christ Superstar. It was really good. It was really, really good. I wrote up a nice review on Facebook and on Instagram where I gave it all the bow ties. Got all the bow ties. So the show is great. We're getting up to leave. And, there's a lot of dumpy folks there. There's a lot of average folks there. Then out into the aisle in front of us steps a couple, maybe mid to late 30s. And the guy is dressed to the nines. And the woman, and I use this unwoke term, kind of looks like a trophy wife or trophy girlfriend. Gorgeous. And she's wearing kind of a light beige dress. And she steps out right in front of me. And I happen to look because I'm walking straight ahead and she's right in front of me. That white beige dress was completely transparent. And she had on a very small pair of underpants. So I'm walking up the aisle, trying not to stare, but this woman's exposed derriere is leading me out like a moth to a flame. And I wanted to say to Debbie, look at that woman's ass. But I didn't, because then Debbie would have known that I was looking at another woman's ass. I'm sure Debbie saw it and also didn't want to comment on it. Or maybe she didn't because she's not, drawn to an ass like I might be.
Mhm.
But it seemed very inappropriate for not only a night at the theater, but for Jesus Christ Superstar. That's something you wear to, Pretty Woman.
That seems.
How would you have reacted? Would you have said something to your bride?
Oh, totally.
Okay.
Because she knows.
She knows that you don't mind it.
She knows I see it. She knows I'm looking. She knows that it just means I got red blood in me.
See, that's just it. Debbie had to know I saw it.
Yeah.
Because you couldn't not. I'm surprised everybody didn't just stop and go, holy crap, lady, what kind of dress are you wearing?
Yeah, you don't go on and on about it, but like I would acknowledge that. I'd just
Okay.
be like, dude, just see that? And she'd be like, yeah, I bet you did. And I'd be like, yeah, I did.
Yeah, I did. Now we're going shopping tomorrow to get you something to wear to the next show.
Boom.
Bam. Which we're going next Sunday to see The Devil Wears Prada.
I did not know there was Prada in Delaware. That is an interesting show.
It is going to be very interesting. It's all about them crossing rivers in high fashion garments.
I can't believe the Delaware Prada didn't come up for John's bachelor party ideas.
Yeah, he went with the Idaho off the rack. Just let that lay there. So yes, it was quite a scene. Did you see that the first look at the 2022 BCS lineup came out today? You're muted.
I saw the link. I didn't click on it. You reminded me of the one other story I wanted to
Tell
get
me
into.
your story.
Well, we'll get to that, but let's talk beer, because I got to try many wonderful beers that my friends brought. I made it to Binny's and I got the Sucker Punch pickle beer.
Dude, we went out to dinner last night and they had Sucker Punch pickle beer, because I'm sitting there, we're eating, and the server walked by and there was an empty can on her tray, and I was like, oh, the Sucker Punch beer. Then I looked at the thing and I was like, yes. So what beers were brought to your soiree, to your soiree?
Well, that's some IPAs. I got 4 4-packs from Revolution that I had ordered.
How was that?
For the Deepwoods. Haven't tried them yet, actually.
Oh, no.
Really looking forward to that. But yeah, I got all the a bunch of the new beers, Deepwood release, summer release they just did.
Yeah.
And the stuff from Distill is cool. A friend I hadn't seen since high school was part of the bachelor festivities. He lives in Milwaukee now, and he's got a buddy that runs back and forth from Goose Island and Revolution for him. So I have a new Stout buddy, and he wants to do a BCS vertical tasting with his friend. Well, he's got like 12 years of BCS vertical.
Nice.
So if he needs extra mouths, I'll hit you up.
Yeah, because I'm trying to think how many I've got vertical. Probably only like 5 or 6.
Yeah, but tell me what they're gonna. And someone else also brought a beer from Allagash that I'd never heard of. I think it's not Allagash Black or White. It's some middle one in a bottle that looked good. But
some middle one in a bottle.
Yeah.
The one I tried last weekend was Eastside Dark. It's a Bavarian dark lager.
Oh, hell yeah. Let's go. Dude.
And then last night we tried Little Yellow Pills by Oscar Blues Brewing.
Yeah.
It was on special where we went to dinner, and it was really good. Obviously a Pilsner, light, but Little Yellow Pills.
Wow.
So
well,
yes,
let's talk about the Goose Island.
Yes, let's get to the Goose. All right. So
that.
This was Josh Noel, who always has the first scoop on the BCS releases. Unleashed this today in the Tribune. So I was looking. Of course, there's the original, the BCS, which he claims, and I do too, a lot of people overlook it because everybody's looking at the variants. Everybody wants that. And I always say, and you'll back me up on this, that the straight up Bourbon County Stout is always one of the best. I always actually disqualify it because it's always top notch. So I don't use that when I'm like trying to rank the others. The BCS is always good. Let's see. It was the most balanced. Most interesting depth of flavor. It has the usual notes of vanilla, chocolate, dried fruit, oak, and hints of coffee. It's blended from barrels from the Heaven Hill, Four Roses, Wild Turkey, and Buffalo Trace distilleries. Then they're bringing back one that you love. Oh my goodness, the coffee stout.
Yes.
You love you some coffee stout with Intelligentsia coffee from Burundi. It produces rich chocolate, coffee, and caramel flavors. So I never like coffee stouts as much as you do. I don't dislike them, but they're not my favorite. Then there's a 2-year barley wine reserve. It's 17% alcohol, Cody. I was looking at all my BCS today. We really got to get to drinking. I'll just leave that out there.
All right.
So they're blended in barrels from 3 different ages, 14, 16, and 17-year-old, from Old Fitzgerald Bottled in Bond Decanter Series. And let's see. This is the first Bourbon County barley wine since 2018. Some years have been uneven, he says. It is this one has notes of toffee, cherry, vanilla, fig, and almond. Then there's the 30th anniversary reserve stout, because this is the 30th anniversary of Bourbon County Stout.
Wow.
A blend of Jim Beam barrels from their small batch collection. That's Baker's, Basil Hayden, Knob Creek, and Booker's. It's let's see. Beer base is the same as the Bourbon County Stout, but the different barrels are what's going to give it the flavor. Then there's a Bourbon County Biscotti Stout. This sounds very desserty and delicious. They don't have the alcohol content yet. It's made with cocoa nibs, toasted almonds, anise seed, which is licorice, which scares me a little bit, and natural flavors. So there's hints of black licorice, marzipan, cocoa, and buttered toffee, along with strong notes of nostalgia from your Italian grandma's kitchen. Then Sir Isaac's Stout, which is figs, graham crackers, and still more natural flavor. It's got notes of dried fruit, honey, molasses, and citrus. It's reminiscent of a fig cookie, like a big fig Newton. Here's the tricky part. And then there's Proprietors, which is going to be a kind of a fruity, rum-based jungle cocktail. It's made with banana, coconut, lime, and first time ever, pineapple. Sounds interesting. So there we go.
What are you looking forward to the most?
The Sir Isaac's, kind of the anniversary one, the barley wine, and then Biscotti, I think, are the 3 that I'm looking forward to the most, just based on this initial description. But that, and again, that doesn't, I'll have a bottle or 2 of the original just to have it, to drink it, because it's so good. But yeah, the barley wine sounds good. The reserve stout, I think, is looking good. And I always like one of their sweeter ones, whether it was the caramel apple one or some of the Proprietors. Now, this Proprietor sounds really unusual.
Yeah.
With all the fruits, the tartness of the pineapple and the lime and stuff. So that's going to be interesting to see how that all pairs with everything. But yeah, and I take back the Sir Isaac Stout, because I don't like fig Newtons. My dad used to buy fig Newtons just because he knew none of us would eat them. So I don't know if he really liked them, or if he just liked having something that he could eat that we wouldn't.
It was probably he liked him. I buy mint chocolate chip ice cream because my wife won't eat it, and I love that stuff.
I love mint chocolate chip ice cream. All right, what did you think sounded? What's piquing your interest? What's Peaky Blinders your interest?
It's really hard to pick. I mean, I've said for many years, I think with any cocktail or with these beers, the more unexpected or surprising you think the combination is, I'm the most curious about those. Because the sky's the limit. You don't know how good they can be. Right. So I would say the Biscotti and the Sir Isaac's definitely have piqued my interest.
Okay. It sounds like the proprietors meets your definition though.
It does.
Or is it too much? Banana, coconut, lime, and pineapple.
And see, that sounds horrible to me, which is why I'm really curious about it, because it probably will be delicious.
Because I love a pina colada.
Mhm.
You know, I like all those ingredients in a tropical rum drink.
Yeah.
I'm wondering, because it's not aged in a rum barrel, I'm wondering how it's going to be. But I am very, very curious to guzzle some of it.
I'm the most curious to try the Biscotti, the Sir Isaacs, and the proprietors, but I think I'm the most excited to just drink the barley wine, the coffee, and probably the Sir Isaacs. That one does sound. Or
I'm surprised. I'm surprised that your first pick was not the coffee. I would have bet money that you would have been right to, oh man, I can't wait for the coffee. Just because I know how much you love them.
The thing with the coffee is I can take it for granted, and there's many good alternatives.
Yes.
Like if I get a Cafe Death from Revolution, you know, it's on par with the Bourbon County coffee. Now,
or the Eugene, a non-barrel aged beer, the Eugene.
Yeah, the coffee Eugene. I mean, those, you know, they'll do the trick for me. I mean, the Bourbon County probably has the edge on some level, but at the end of the day, if I want a beer that tastes like coffee, I have a lot of options. But I am excited it'll be a Bourbon County with coffee. Those are good. Man, I am pumped about those.
It's very exciting. Yeah, there's a lot of good ones. Little side note, I may be picking up a bartending shift at a local brew pub.
What?
You know, I've always talked about how I kind of wanted to get in somehow in the industry. And I was at one of my breweries that I've been going to for years and years. And Debbie and I were having some drinks and pizza, and they had a sign. They were looking for full-time bartenders, part-time bartenders, and other things. And I know the owners very well. And I said, "Hey, what's the deal with the part-time bartender?" He goes, "Why? Interested?" I said, "Yeah." So we're in talks. I may be working at a small brewery, and I will let you know the night I'm brew tending, because I'm like, they don't do. It's not like bartending at a cocktail lounge where I've been pouring beers since I was 14. So I know how to pour beer. And I can pour, they've got like wine or cider or some other, any of those drinks I can pour, you know? So, and the place is only open till 9:00. So it's perfect old man bartender place where no matter what I'm doing, I'm home by 10:00.
That's perfect.
So as it gets cemented, I will tell you and let you know. But I was very excited. I'm always, because I love well, we're both passionate about this stuff, and it's like I'd like to see it from the inside.
Yeah,
you know. So that's it.
Nice.
But yes, I'm very excited about the BCS. I'm very happy that you got your. I got to look at Binny's, because the one I want to try the most of the Deep Woods series is the coconut one.
Yeah, I can just save you a can.
Well, I don't want to put you out. But yes, Marta, these are all stouts except for the barley wine, which is kind of a stout. It is a stout. It's just a sweeter. I forget the distinction. What makes a barley wine a barley wine? I think it's the alcohol content, right? There's sweeter, and because that's 17%. So I think there's more sugars in it, and the alcohol content goes up.
Yeah, we'll have to see if the Goose Island guys will come back and share some knowledge with us this year. But Goose Island's what got me into barley wine. When they did it that year, that was my top beer by a lot, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, which one was that? There was, I remember that, just going, oh my God, this is so good.
It must have been 2017 or 2018, maybe. I think.
Who knows? There's been a lot of good ones over the years, and I'm sure they will continue.
And this year, if I win a lottery, I'm only buying one.
Yes. Yeah, I still have my last 2 lottery wins. Because again, it's and now I'm at the point where, like, oh my God, I've become that guy who's just hoarding beers. So I have to. I had some. over 4th of July, I went back to like some mega big label beers because we were up at the lake and we were at Meyer to buy our beer, and they had some craft stuff, but a lot of stuff I didn't know. And I was going to be out on the lake, and I was like, I ended up getting Sam Adams, Summer Ale, and Pacifico. And I was really I hadn't had those in so long, and I was like, oh, look, it doesn't all have to be fancy schmancy.
Mm-hmm.
And I said this to Debbie, this is how weird I am. And I'm sure I've said this before. There's something about when I'm in a store buying a 12-pack, and I'm like, oh man, $18 for a 12-pack? That's ridiculous. But then I'm at any brewery and it's $7 for a pint. And I'm like, wait a minute, this is ridiculous. So now I'm, just buy big package beers and just get all my beer at home. That's it.
One of the last stories I ever did on Curiosity Daily, my former award-winning podcast, was about a scientific, I think it's a scientific term, or so whatever. It's a term called specialness spirals.
Yes.
And that's the term for when you hang on to something intending to use it or to consume it and then just never do.
Yes.
And it's because basically like if you buy like if I've got like a 2020 proprietor's blend in my basement, right? It becomes more special the longer I hang on to it.
Right.
Which makes me less likely to do it. So the trick is to have an intention when you buy something. Like, I am going to buy this to drink at this event or with this person and all that stuff. So, which is funny because I bought the double barrel toasted Goose Island Bourbon County Stout this year. It was the $65 beer.
Yes.
Right. It was the most expensive by far. And I brought it home to Rockford because I wanted to split it with my dad specifically.
I remember that. Yes.
And he ended up drinking wine on Christmas, and so did I. And like, just no one, he wasn't in the mood for the Bourbon County. So it's just sitting in his fridge. And I have another one at my house that I was intending to split with either you or I have like 2 other friends that like stouts. And I just didn't see anybody for several months because of a combination of pandemic and whatever else. So I just have 2 double barrel toasted, one here and one on my parents that like I have no plans to drink.
Why don't we split one on your son's birthday? Why don't we do that? Why don't we have a nice toast? I'm sure there'll be a couple other people there who would enjoy a little sip. We could all toast to your son's 2nd birthday.
Love it. Great idea. Look at you. Boom.
Well, I don't have any special. I would do it on Molly's birthday at the end of August. She won't drink, so I'd end up drinking the whole bottle. Say with Debbie's birthday. So you know what? We can just make any day special, Cody. Every day should be a special event.
We could. Did you say she's hosting that bachelorette party in Wisconsin?
Yes.
Okay. Does she need me to get her mushrooms or acid or?
I don't know. Maybe she'll hit you up for some of those those edibles, the off-brand edibles that are
the off-brand edibles.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
look, Cabin, man. I don't know what drugs people do up in those.
I don't know. I'm hoping not too many.
Probably beer.
She likes buying the stuff. Like when we were in Colorado, she bought 2 bottles of whiskey. I've never seen her drink whiskey in her life. So now that mine's gone, I'm like, hey, you ever going to open that Elkins whiskey? You can't have it. I'm like, okay. Are you going to drink it? I don't know, but it's mine. You can't have it. I'm like, all right, fine. Selfish Jones. I'll go get my own. I don't need to get whiskey from you.
Right.
But yeah, I felt bad the other day because I was looking at all this Bourbon County and I'm like, I'm excited that more will be coming and we'll get a chance to get some more. But then I'm like, I gotta get down to drinking this. But I also haven't really been sitting around drinking beers lately.
Dude, my beer fridge was empty from the time my wife got pregnant until this weekend. And now it's just full of like 50 beers. And I'm like, what am I going to do? Well, first of all, I'm sick right now, so I'm not going to drink.
Yes, you can't drink when you're sick.
But maybe I'll start chipping away at it when I'm feeling better.
All right. Maybe we'll have to get it. We'll have to have a little soiree. We'll get together. We'll drink some beers. All right. I don't know if, I got to tell, we'll talk about this more, but we can't, next week we have to move the day of the show because next Monday I am back on WTMJ.
Oh.
And you know what? I am worried about the show.
The radio show?
Yes, I have
Why?
to do a radio. I don't know why. Because it's been a little while since I've been on there. And so yeah, I'm a little it's
Stop.
gonna be fine. It's from 6 to 9. WTMJ. So I'll be there. Everybody should listen. It should be a lot of fun, I think. We'll see. I don't doubt it. But yeah, we'll figure it out because you're leaving when? Thursday for the vineyard?
Yeah.
Do you have a linen suit? Do you have something so you'll fit in on Martha's Vineyard? Seersucker?
I don't know, that's a good question. I dropped off some dry cleaning the other day. Does next Tuesday work?
Yeah.
Oh, we can do Tuesday.
All right, we'll do Tuesday.
All right,
Tuesday,
Tuesday, August 9th, because
Yes.
might not be able to do the week after that at all.
Oh, wow.
Why wouldn't I be able to do? Oh, no. I can do the week after that. The week after that, I will be traveling again. The whole
where?
week. Podcast movement in Dallas, Tejas.
Wow,
I
nice.
have never been to Texas.
Really? Dallas, I liked Fort Worth much better. It's the Dallas Fort Worth Metroplex, they call it. It's encompassed by Dallas, Fort Worth, and Arlington.
Mm-hmm.
Fort Worth is much more cowboyish. It's where the big stockyards are and Billy Bob's, the giant country bar, Danceteria. There's a very fun bar in Fort Worth where you sit on saddles at the bar. It's very cowboy. But Dallas is nice. Dallas is new and sparkly and big. So that'll be fun. But you'll be at a conference all week. You're not going to be doing stuff.
I'll be at a conference. I think. Yeah, I get in late.
Now wait, let me ask: who's booking your accommodations for that week?
An Airbnb was pitched, but this was prior to this. This was prior to Colorado, and I immediately was like, "No, the party's at the hotel. I have to stay at the hotel."
Yes.
You don't go to a conference and not stay at the hotel.
No, you gotta be. No, you have to be there.
That's where the fun happens. The after parties, the bar downstairs, getting drunk, walking around, going to strip clubs with all the dudes and
Yeah, you got to
buying
make some
hookers
sales,
and-
man. You got to
Wait,
do
hold
all
on.
that kind of stuff.
That accelerated quickly. Yeah, no,
No,
but
I heard you. I just let it go because it sounded so smooth coming off your mouth.
it wasn't very woke. So yeah. Anyway, but so next Tuesday we'll be back. That's great. We're not going
All
to
right.
talk about the biggest news from yesterday, Brian.
Which was SummerSlam?
No, that was Saturday. Close.
Okay. Ooh. Oh, Ric Flair's retirement, the Nature Boy.
Ric Flair's last match.
Allegedly. Was it 71 or 77?
76.
76. I was off. I was close. 76. Wrestled in blue underwear and a t-shirt. And stopped taking his blood thinners so that he could wrestle the match. Ridiculous. Did you watch it?
No, I saw lots of pictures with a lot of blood all over him, which is his trademark.
Sure.
So
The Nature Boy needed to retire a while ago.
you think?
Because he could still be a big presence in wrestling without getting in the ring. Whoo! You know, the Nature Boy quotable. Some people even quote him in marriage vows.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I don't know who would be crazy enough to do that.
That would be
but
dumb. So what did you watch SummerSlam?
no.
No. I know they did a roast of Ric Flair too yesterday.
Oh, did they really?
Or earlier in the weekend. Over the weekend, they did a big Ric Flair roast.
That sounds fun. Yeah, no, you like how I brought up the story, but I have nothing to say about it. I don't know.
I know a lot more about it than you did.
We should acknowledge that on Sunday night, an independent wrestling promotion put up a pay-per-view called Ric Flair's Last Match. The entire pay-per-view is called Ric Flair's Last Match. There's like a bunch of matches on the card. And the main event was a tag team match with Ric Flair tag teaming with his son-in-law, Andrade, who's a big-time AEW wrestler, really great wrestler. Ric Flair and Andrade in a tag team match against Jay Lethal and Jeff Jarrett.
Jarrett.
He's been around for a minute also. Jeff Jarrett. Boom.
There's some pictures. There's some pics of the Nature Boy. Yeah, I mean, for 77 or 76, he's still in pretty good shape.
Oh, wait,
But
73. It said 73 on the side.
73.
Yeah, but yeah, 73.
What belt does he have?
I don't. I don't know why he was wearing it, but
Some
and in the
crazy
front
belt.
row, Mankind and the Undertaker were in the front row, sitting next to each other. Kid Rock was there.
Really?
Star-studded affair, Brian. Star-studded affair.
Sure, everybody wants to see the Nature Boy go out on top.
Mm-hmm.
He looks, I mean, he looks like a 73-year-old man.
Yeah, I was at Ric Flair's retirement match at WrestleMania 24 in Orlando. I was
When
at the
was
stadium
WrestleMania 24?
So it would have been 2009.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that was his retirement match against Shawn Michaels. And because it was against Shawn Michaels, it was a 5-star match because Shawn Michaels has the best WrestleMania matches every year. He just has the best match. Shawn Michaels versus The Undertaker is probably the best WrestleMania match of all time, or like top 5 easily. Oh my God.
Okay.
Yeah. So HBK and Ric Flair, they just had an incredible match. Huge, super poetic storyline ending, and then Ric Flair loses because the tradition in wrestling is to lose your last match.
Sure.
Kurt Angle lost his last match. Stone Cold Steve Austin lost his last match. All these guys you see on the way out, they always lose the last match.
To put the next guy over.
So Ric Flair lost, and Michaels put him over. It was amazing. The next night, I was at Raw the next night because it was also in Orlando. They did a whole celebration thing at the end. Everybody comes out. It was this whole thing. It was blah, blah, blah. You're retired. Great. Like two or 3 years later, he shows up in TNA wrestling doing like little dumb matches and stuff. And then he kind of fades away. And then, yeah, now he's 73 and he's got to do his one last match. I'm guessing there'll be another one in 2 to 3 years if he's alive.
Yeah. If it was and I'm trying to put this correctly. If it was a legitimate sport and not sports entertainment, he would not be licensed to participate in in that at his age and in his condition.
Mm-hmm.
But because it's sports entertainment, actors act until they're, till they can't speak anymore. So it's kind of like that. But in a way, it's like, stop, man. We want to remember you as, styling and profiling. We want to remember you with the, the long hair and the coats and the speech impediment. We don't want to see you, you at 73 having to wear a big loose t-shirt because, you're a real human being now and not some steroided freak beast. It just like, it's a money grab. It's sad.
I'd watch if it was in Idaho.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
What if it was on a glass rectangular coffee table?
Oh,
would that be a death match? Be a coffee table match?
That has death match written all over it. He would.
Oh, sure.
He'd definitely break it and start bleeding, but that's just what he always does.
Sure, but this time it would be, be for real. Well, he'd only fall 8 inches. It's not like he's jumping off a scaffolding onto a glass coffee table. He's standing on one that's 8 inches off the ground.
That's true. It's a get a beer from the fridge when the lights are off match. Crash, table wins. Oh, not
damn
again.
Your table, damn
I
your
am
table.
the table. Dun, 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 dun.
Styling and profiling.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you get to stay at the the big news story, of course. Did you see we killed the top terrorist today?
We killed Trump?
No. Did you see Trump's
top terrorist?
I did. Did you see Trump's tweet to Joe Biden?
Yeah. Was that real?
Yep.
That was hilarious.
It's like, you are a petty little.
I once got Kevin Sorbo's autograph.
Did you really?
For my dad back when we watched Hercules. It was like 2006 or 7 or 8, I think. Yeah, he was really nice. I don't know if he went crazy later or was just whatever, but he was really nice. I liked him. I think he's probably a very nice person.
How did Kevin Sorbo get into the conversation?
Because Trump's tweet was about Kevin Sorbo.
Oh, I'm talking about a different tweet. I'm talking about his Joe Biden tweet today.
You're not talking about the Hercules tweet when he got COVID or when Biden first got COVID.
Okay.
Trump alleged there was the image was circulating that Trump tweeted, and said something about how he came back from COVID, which doctors said was Herculean.
Right.
And the Kevin Sorbo Hercules, not the woke Disney Hercules.
Oh, wow.
And it was hilarious, but it was so over the top. I was like, even he probably wouldn't say something like this.
Well, this is today's because if you remember when Donald Trump and Melania Trump got COVID, Joe Biden tweeted, Jill and I sent our thoughts to President Trump and First Lady Melania Trump for a swift recovery. We will continue to pray for the health and safety of the president and his family. Well, then, on Truth Social, today, Donald Trump tweets, Joe Biden's second bout of COVID, sometimes referred to as the China virus, was sadly misdiagnosed by his doctors. He instead has dementia, but is happily recovering well. Joe is thinking of moving part-time to one of those beautiful Wisconsin nursing homes where almost 100% of the residents miraculously and for the first time in history had the strength and energy to vote, even if those votes were cast illegally. Get well soon, Joe. That was his tweet to the president today.
Okay. All right. So listen to this tweet and you tell me if it sounds like it's real or not.
Okay.
This is from a couple weeks ago when Biden first got the COVID.
Sometimes called the China virus.
Right. Here's what Trump said on Truth Social.
Okay.
Joe Biden, who many have said is our worst president, has come down with a case of the China virus, despite being vaccinated. I hope Sleepy Joe is able to bounce back quickly, much as I was. Doctors described my fight against the China virus as Herculean, and not meaning the woke Disney Hercules, but rather the Kevin Sorbo one, the Lou Ferrigno one as well. Joe, I wish you a speedy recovery, even though you are taking America in the wrong direction. No one wants Kamala. So
wow.
Does that sound real?
Yes.
All right. So it's not.
It's
and
not?
I kind of thought it wasn't because the Kevin's the Herculean part was too like I was like,
and did Lou Ferrigno play Hercules? He played the Hulk.
Oh, I don't know. Hold on.
That threw me off, but I was like, well, that would make sense.
1983 film.
Really? All right.
Yeah.
My bad.
Makes sense.
My bad, Lou Ferrigno. I'll keep your name out of my mouth.
Yeah. So that's funny. I mean, the original one. Yeah. So I thought that was whatever, maybe real, but it's just fake. And then the one for today is just
maybe it's got the red check mark, but who knows?
There's a red check mark on Truth Social.
Yeah, man.
Oh my God. I'm dying for Truth Social to come out on Android. I search for it like every few days.
I don't know if is it on Apple?
Well, it's got to be. It's not on Android.
I don't know. I haven't looked. All right, I'll look. Hold on. Let me search.
So there
I don't know why I'd want to. Oh, there it is. Hold on. Truth Social.
Wait, Vero Truth Social. No. So on Android, there's two Truth Socials. One is called Wimkin Truth Social. The other is MAGA Hub Truth Media.
Oh.
But I don't think that they're the actual. I don't think that either of these are the real Truth Social. So
yeah, I've got you can get it at the Apple Store, and it is red check marks. That's how they say it's you. So I would imagine then that the president, former president, that's why he's got a red check mark. Hey, if you don't use Instagram, do you?
No.
All right, never mind. Then you're not the man to ask. I should ask your wife. It always had one layout, then it went to an all black background and a different kind of layout. Then people complain now. Yesterday it bounced back. It seems like it's back to its original way. I don't know what the hell's going on with it anymore. It's crazy.
It's a stupid app, and I hate it.
It is stupid, but what the heck. All right, you got anything else for tonight?
No, I gotta go sit down and
feel better. Let me know if I hope this does not turn into another rebound case for you.
If it does, it won't be that severe, but.
Well, fingers crossed. What about the son and the wife? Did they bounce back from their first case okay?
Yeah, my wife was feeling queasy earlier today too, though. But she's also pregnant, so who knows?
Well, that's true. Fine. Yeah, her queasiness is probably baby related.
Yeah.
Are you having sympathy queasiness?
No. Today I went to the ultrasound.
Yeah.
I didn't get to do that with my first kid because of COVID.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, so I got to see the little baby wriggling around and stuff. It was very cool.
Nice. Just
Yeah.
one?
Man, I keep several times I've joked. I'm just like, man, I kind of want 3 kids. Couldn't we just one and done it? No.
Yeah.
There's one. There's one. They keep telling
All right.
me.
Very good. And
Maybe the other one's hiding. I don't know.
And did you find out what it is?
Yeah, yeah.
Did you tell us that already?
Yeah, we've talked about this.
All right. It's a girl, right?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. But I didn't want to just blurt it out. I didn't want to be blurty.
I appreciate that.
People get mad at me if I blurt.
No.
So I'm blurting too much. All right. Well, listen, feel better. We'll plan on next Tuesday. I will talk to you before. I didn't mean to panic you about the children's ride-on devices. I was just kidding about they are vintage, but they're coming to you.
Not worried about it. I was like, I'm 90% sure he's kidding.
Oh, I'm 100%. It's a radio. They're radio flyers, so they're good. Radio flyer tricycle and a radio flyer. The scooter you probably won't use for a little while, but who knows? Your kid, he may be using it tomorrow.
You'd be surprised. He's been talking a lot lately, and he played with the 2 neighbor kids today. One's 3, one's like 5, and one of them had a little scooter, and he stood on it and put his little hands on it. It was like, okay.
Oh,
like
man.
A tricycle scooter. It wasn't perfectly balanced, but he's getting around.
All right. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing him soon.
Yes.
All right. Well, get better. Feel better. Thank you all for watching and listening and telling your friends. And we will be back next week on Tuesday for the live taping. But again, you can get the podcast everywhere that podcasts are available. And for the last word, we always go to Cody.
Do we? Bye.